So we're going to do a little bit of hip opening mandala. So beginning in downward facing dog, make sure your hands are planted nice and firm. Reaching the sit bones back. If you want, you can take a couple breaths to pedal out here. Opening up the low back and really reach the sit bones. From here, we're going to take the right leg, draw it in. The knee is going to place down behind the right wrist, and then walk your back leg down so that your hips come comfortably down. So we're coming into pigeon pose. Everybody's pigeon is different. If you've got a lot of opening, you can try to parallel that shin. If it hurts your knee at all, or if it's just not happening with the hip, you can bring the ankle in closer to your hip here. From here, we're proud pigeon, lifting up the heart. And exhale, walk the hands forward, maybe coming into sleeping pigeon or your version, resting the hands on either the backs or the forehead on the hands, or you can stack your fists, or you can always take a block and rest your forehead on the block. That takes a lot of the weight away. From here, take one more breath. And as you exhale, reach it out, and inhale, come all the way back up. So from here, we're going to shift onto the outside of that right hip. Swing your left leg around, and you're going to place your left ankle on top of your right knee. Bring that right ankle forward so that we're stacking our shins like firewood or like shoelace. So firewood looks like this, the shins stacked on top of one another. The heels and the knees are in line. If this is a little too much sensation for you, you can place the ankle down in front of the knee, coming into what's called shoelace pose. Classic yoga pose. From here, if you wish, you can grab your elbows behind you or come into reverse prayer. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, fold forward. If you don't have the forward flexion and you think you need a little more help bringing the weight forward, you can bring your hands forward as well to support you. Lengthen through the neck. Take a breath here. And exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up. We're going to bring that bottom ankle into the hip and cross for your twist. So step the left foot flat on the floor. If you have a hard time getting that left sit bone down to the floor, you can extend the leg straight, and then you'll find that you can sit up a little taller. From here, we're going to inhale, wrap the right elbow around the left knee, open up. So inhale for height of the crown of the head. Exhale to open up, bring the right lungs towards your left thigh. Take another breath here. If you wish, you can take the elbow to the outside. That might give you a little more leverage. And on your next inhale, come all the way back through. We're going to take Gomukhasana, Cafe's pose. Bring the ankle a little bit forward on the bottom and cross, eventually knee over knee. So depending on how open your hips are, the ankles can either be closer to your hips or farther away. Let's take the palms to the soles of the feet and just sit up. Probably feeling a lot of sensation here, so just breathe a little relaxation. And exhale. And then on your next inhale, we're going to begin to walk the hands over to the left. Stepping this left foot flat on the floor. This is where the mandala comes in. So we're going to take a full circle here, pausing in our wide leg forward bend. Take an inhale, flat back. Really feel extension through the ribs and hips, through that waist. And exhale, tip it forward. Maybe bringing your hands between the feet, lengthening the crown of the head down toward the floor. Take another breath here. Inhale. Walk the hands away. We're going to walk the hands over toward the right to finish up the circle. Turn the right toes out and let the left knee come down into the center of the mat. Continue your circle, placing the hips down in the center of the mat, and we're in Gomukhasana on the second side. There we go again with Gomukhasana. So stacking the knees one on top of another, finding your comfortable pose. If you can't get comfortable, at least don't be in pain. Sitting up nice and tall. If you're practicing this pose at home, you can always sit on a block as well. It might help you. On your next exhale, we'll come into our twist. So bringing this bottom ankle a little closer to the hip, stepping the right foot flat on the floor. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, wrapping the left elbow around your right knee. Opening up across here. Keep both shoulders relaxed if you can. Maybe taking the elbow to the outside of the knee. Being cognizant of finding that shoulder creeping right into your face. Try to keep it relaxed back. On your next inhale, come all the way back through center. And we're going to stack for firewood or shoelace pose once again. So this is a really interesting hip opener for a lot of people. So just try to go with the sensation. Again, you can take your arms behind your back, or you can reach them forward as you come forward. Relax the head and just try to feel here and breathe. Inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, come all the way up to sitting. We're going to shift onto the outside of our left hip. Swing that leg around, and we come into our beginning pose, pigeon on the left side. So try to stack the hips. So if you find you're leaning over, if this is where you're at, you can even bend the knee and just try to work here. But if you can get your hips a little bit square, try to reach them down to the floor this way. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, coming forward, resting in your sleeping pigeon on your hands or on your fists, or you can reach the arms forward and take your forehead to the floor. Take an inhale here, lengthen up. Good. Placing the hands flat on the floor, tuck your back toes under. Lift so much in your low belly, taking you back to downward facing dog. Again, if you want to pedal out and just feel how your legs are now. We're going to take one more inhale here to plank, lower the knees down, and rest in child's